This is gonna be fun. I'm so excited. Get this going. Let me tweet this out. Get that nice little tweet going. Should be live. Nice. Yo. Hello, hello. No. I'm putting no there. Dude came in and said butts, butts, butts. A man of culture, I see. Welcome. I am live. What's good, everyone? Alright. This is gonna be a fun stream, guys. Yeah, me too, Uzi. It's been 20 years since I've been able to catch a live. Oh, it's good to see you. I am, other people join draft leagues in Pokemon. I think there's like some threads on R Stunfisk and a few others. Honestly, that is an amazing question. I am, I don't want to say privileged enough because I worked hard to get in my position, but I am definitely lucky. I guess privileged is fine. Privileged enough to just, if I say to somebody, hey, I want to join your draft league, or ask somebody if they're running one, I can join, obviously, because of how big I am in the community and how long I've been here, but I know that our Stunfisk runs some. I know there's Discord specifically for draft leagues too. Just want to tell you, was day better clue. Much love, Fernando. I'm glad you enjoyed the draft video. Finally finished doing the graphics at 4 a.m. last night. Yo, man, you worked hard. Honestly, they looked really good. What up, Maverick? They looked really good. There's an official smoke on draft server? No, it's nice. Oh, shoot, I forgot The Last of Us came out today. I'm going to watch it with Marlene tomorrow. Solid Discord server called the Coliseum that has tons of draft league plugs. Nice. Nice. Well, read the comments, right? Remember the Crobat you spent hours napping with the guy head smash? That's not my fault. That's not my fault, though. That was him. I'm going to do my best. But yeah. So the way this is going to work, do you think the Terra Captain should allow you to Terra to any type and not just 2? Oh, don't worry, don't worry. There's... Okay, first off, I'll tell you right now. I'm going to try my best not to click anything on the doc that shows you it because I can't give you guys this doc because it actually has all the standings and everything. We're already at we're on to week 2 right now. So we're a week ahead. What is Draft League? I made a video if you want to check it out that went up earlier today. Basically, there's coaches, they draft Pokemon, and then they battle each other. Whoever wins out of everybody is the champion. That's the gist of it. You draft Pokemon. So, like, Matt right here is going to fight Amel. Amel has, as you can see, a lechonk. But Matt knows everything that Amel has. Amel knows everything that Matt has. They have to construct a team of 6 to beat them down. It's going well. But let me tell you something. Because, I showed my team. I made a video today if you guys want to check that out. We worked really hard on that video too. So I would appreciate you checking it out. But it explains my draft, why I picked everything, and going from there. But there's something in the rules that's really, really interesting. So, week 1 matchup, it goes up next week, and I play Dell. I'll show you guys in a bit. Do the remaining points have any benefits? Yes, you can use them to potentially swap Pokemon. So I could trade using free agency, or I can trade with somebody. So for the draft column coming up in the videos, thank you, Richie. Does the Terra Captain have to play? Not at all. But let me tell you, how this works. So basically, you can change your Terra Captain at the cost of 1 free agent transaction until the beginning of week 5. So I could change a Spothra for next week, which I'll tell you right now. My Spothra for week 2 is Psychic Ghost. I use 1 free agency trade to make it from Psychic Fighting to Psychic Ghost. And I'm going to do this probably every week until week 5. Thank you, CB. Appreciate you. So I already changed my Spothra. This is my team. Berserker's okay. It can work. In lower tiers for sure. But I already changed my Terra type, and I'm planning on changing it week 3 and week 4 until week 5. That's fair, Maverick. Very much recommend watching the video. Hey, thank you, Kevin. Trade something for Pelipper. Pelipper's not. I like my team. I like Lucha. I don't plan on trading. I don't plan on trading out any Pokemon. I have 4 points left, and I have 4 free agencies. Free agencies basically, if you go to, please tell me I didn't click on anything bad. Okay, if you go to the draft league, you see how these Pokemon have names crossed out. Basically, anything that isn't crossed out, and if you have enough points for, you can trade for. So let's say I want to get Flamigo, which is 9 points. If I go to rosters, and if I traded, I could technically trade Ditto, which is 5 points, because I have 4 points left over, and then I get Flamigo, and yeah, that would work out. So that's the way it works. I definitely plan on using Little Nachi, but I'm very excited for this. I was draft 6, so, which is terrible, guys, absolutely terrible. Don't be 6. Yes, no problem. Don't be 6. Like, you don't want to be 6 or 7. I'm not trading. I don't plan on trading anything. I'm pretty good, especially because I actually worked on this. No, this was done on Discord. What up, Genesis? Dogs are doing well, though. They're sleeping. How's the LA life? Fam, I'm not even LA. I just like the name. I like the Waker, right? Walking Wake. I like Walking Wake, and I always go live when we can. You know what I do? Why is Crook more points than Garganachi? Because it's not based on how they are in Smogon tiers. It's not based on how they are in Smogon tiers. It's based on how they are in draft. So, for instance, I'll actually just show you the draft board again. The best Pokemon in draft this generation are considered Dragapult, Iron Valiant, and I guess Champal. I can see why Iron Valiant, right? The best mixed Pokemon ever. So kind of crazy that any of the mod can even tear registration on it. Feels like top 3 tiers just shouldn't be able to tear. That's fair. Luckily, I'm not in the top 3 tiers. My homie is all the way over here. And the same damn thing as Sylveon. So I'm excited about this. I'm hype. I would be completely fine with none of these guys being able to tear. Shoot. None of these demons being able to tear? I'm hella fine with it. My boy, my girl, well, it depends on what it is every generation. But Maya Spathra can definitely say. Dude, okay, so there was obviously some things that are just messed up on this draft. For one, Weavile should not still be 13. It doesn't have knockoff. Doesn't have Pursuit, obviously. Doesn't have Triple Axle. Weavile should never have been here. Weavile should never have been here. And there's another one here at 7. For some reason, Gallade is 7. And Gallade is broken. So it should definitely... it should definitely not be at 7. Yeah, Weavile should be 11 or 10. Literally. I'd definitely use... Look at 10. I'd use Dondozo and Gardevoir and Gastrodon before Weavile. Shoot, even Noivern. Wait, and Toxapex. I'd use all these Pokemon before Weavile. Weavile should definitely be. Yeah, you know what? No, Weavile's 9. Weavile's 9, right here with Blissey. Grafia at 6. Yeah, Grafia was definitely something I was looking at. But it was definitely an option. But I wanted Ditto more, because Grafia has to come in and there's always a risk with it. Whereas Ditto can come in after and be good. No, you let Woltron get taken by somebody. What determined point value for the Mons? It was predetermined by the people in draft leagues. I had nothing to do with it. Who are you most afraid of? Is there a way I can see my schedule? If I click on schedule, it shows who won. So I can't click on schedule. If I had to look at people's teams and rosters, Envy's team is scary. I think Amol's team is very scary. Just his core right here, not knowing which one is Hisuian Zorark for sure. What's the point value on Volcarona? It's pretty high. Volk is at 14. Yeah, so Amol's definitely scary. This is just Glitch X City. I'll give you the playlist. This is all I'm using. And everything else I typically link. But yeah, so like Amol's team is scary. Honestly, I think all the teams have a lot of like scary potential. Like Nexus has Iron Valley, like, and with Picurchin, so plus it has booster energy. Well, the thing about Volk is you can't Terra and just make it your Terra Captain. But yeah, Volk at 14 is pretty low. Tyranitar is also incredible. Yeah, Valiant Greninja is really offensive. Then he has a nice defensive backbone right here with Skeletor's, Clodsire, Tinkaton. He has Hail with the Titan. He has Gyarados plus for Rigorath for Wish. Flamigo was definitely one of the mons I was looking at. If Flamigo was as fast as Hawlucha, I'd definitely pick it. What's the most busted mon on draft? People would say like Iron Valiant and Dragapult. Yeah, Sui and Zorark being 13 is definitely a little bit cheap. Which team do you find the strangest use of Terra Captain? Let's look through that real quick. So Dragapult makes sense, Dragonite makes sense, Walking Wake makes sense, Iron Valiant makes sense, Volcarona on Kirby's team makes 100% sense, especially based on what he has. I have a Spothra, I feel like that makes sense. One of the most annoying and busted Pokemon in OU, being able to change my Terra type. Baxcalibur makes sense for Greavard. I would think it would be either Baxcalibur or Garchomp. I think both of them are fine. Baxcalibur being able to Dragon Dance, I think makes it a scarier captain. So Mephisto actually, and this is where I definitely think it can be changed. Mephisto picked Lucario, so those E-speeds, he's Steel, I think he's Steel plus normal. So he has Stab on E-speed at +2, very scary obviously. He has Bullet Punch priority as well for like Ghosts. Where can I join a draft league? I tried to join one in Sword Shield but couldn't get work. There's apparently Discord and stuff. I'm fine with people linking if they work. Thank you, Dom. I worked very hard and Pedro worked extremely hard on it. Yes, they do. Everybody knows the team. Everybody knows everything. What's the mon that got you the biggest value difference between usual, singles, and draft? So something that's super low in draft that's amazing in singles. I mean, Pex is at 10. And it was always like pretty crazy. I mean, if we look at the draft board real quick, and we're gonna go through the drafts as well. This is just a fun show scream. I would say Ape being at 15 is very funny to me, but I guess because it's called out draft, trapping Dugtrio is legal. Yeah, Arena Trap is 100% legal. Everybody plays each other once in playoffs. No, it's I believe 8 weeks. So, or it's less than that. So we're gonna mix out on some stuff. A lot and gives you strength. Yeah. What are your thoughts on allowing Wrath Resort? I think that's fine. I absolutely love your storytelling in your draft video. Thank you. I did not script that video. All I did was open up Audacity and start talking. Pause when I finished a sentence. Thought about it for 2 seconds and said something else. I was like, yeah, that's pretty easy. How much did you miss? Not a lot. You can go back. Well, the thing is, Gengar is pretty insane when you can see... You got to remember, Gengar's not good in OU because... Gengar's not good in OU. Doesn't matter if my draft league team shows I already played. But Gengar's not good in OU, or it's not even bad. But it's not that good in OU because Dragapult can be on every team it wants to. Golden Goes on 41% on teams. Great Tusk is on 60%. It can't kill it unless it has Dazzling Gleam Specs. Or Life Orb or Giga Drain. But that's because there's multiple of those Pokemon in every single one. Whereas in Draft League, only one person has it. Are Oko moves legal? No. Oh, I almost closed LBS. No. Damn. What up, Chimp? I definitely think Envy's draft is scary. I think there's so many scary drafts in this. I think the Houndstone from Mephisto looks very scary too. I just finally feel being in the Western Conference. Hey, I'm still East Coast, okay? I just have LA as my name. Can you link the website? I cannot link this. Because technically this is not supposed to be linked. Apparently it leaked. Guys, for everybody in the BBR, I just want to let you know, I had a few people DM me it. It is leaked. Yes, they banned Shed Tail and stuff like that. Don't worry. My video, Justin, that I made literally today. I didn't move to LA. I just wanted the LA Wakers as a team because shout out to Chimpack who made it. My video today, if you literally watch the first, I'll put it on right now. There you go. Look. Let me explain a Pokemon Draft League for people. It's just super quick. This will be 2 seconds. Individuals called coaches take turns. Hey. A Pokemon Draft League is where individuals called coaches take turns drafting teams of unique Pokemon and battling each other weekly until one coach is crowned the champion. I have not joined a draft league. That's literally it. There you go. 10 seconds. That's a draft league. That's like the easiest way to explain it, right? Pokemon are either tiered up into different points, categories, anything like that. I'm glad you liked that, Alex. Pedro worked really hard. We actually did not put up shorts for the entire week. We did not put any shorts up for the entire week because of that. because we were working hard on that video. But these are a few things that are banned. Shed Tail's banned. Battle Bond is banned. Yeah, I like basketball, exactly. Oinkologne, you get both forms. Oricorio, you get all forms in one. Shed Tail's banned on Earthworm. Palma can't use Revival Blessing, and neither can Rabsca. Yeah, I think it turned out great too. What's my Terra Captain? My Terra Captain is Espathra. But I can change it. It's a high quality video for real. It's awesome here. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Duckshire and Gothitelle a lot. I had Gothitelle in the last draft I was in. Why is Battle Bomb banned? It's not released. Oh, I definitely should, Leo. I really like MV's Oricorio as well, though I don't know if he'll be keeping it. But yeah, this is probably the... I mean, Iron Leaves makes sense as a Terra. I think that Roaring Moon could have been the Terra. Going back to what we were talking about, I think Roaring Moon could have been the Terra on this, but Iron Leaves makes a lot of sense. It's really strong. Annihilate making the Terra makes sense. I think Chi-Yu could have been it too. Are there banned items here? Luck items are banned, like Quick Claw and stuff. As long as you feel. Between Hat plus Torkoal. Sorry, MV wants to make a trade and he's talking to me. Yeah, Shed Tail banned. That'd be sick, TK. That'd be sick. Iron Moth makes so much sense on this team as well. I think Hydreigon could have been Terra as well. But Iron Moth being from fire to water, so it's like not Palafined, is really good. And obviously Chi-Pal being Terra here is good. The other managers, all the managers in this are Matt, Amel, MV, Numnexus, Kirby, pokeaimMD, J-Bear, Mephisto, Double D, D-Double, Grandmaster Ray, or Dre, the OG, and John Jr. I'll have everyone linked in my draft video. I'll have them linked every week. What made you change it to Ghost? Well, I played my week 1 game, and my week 2 game is versus... Well, they're in the chat right now. Where there's this, and as you can see, Terra Ghost is pretty good here because they have Gothitelle, which I can escape from or hit super effectively, and also Screamtail. So that's why I made it Terra Ghost. That's not to say I'm going to bring a Spathra, but it's just... Draft League is a mental game. It's all about the mental game, right? Like, hey, I have a Duckshire on my team. I'm not going to bring it, but you're going to run Shed Tail on your Steel types. Shed Tail, excuse me. Wow. Shed Shell, sorry. When are you uploading games? Next Sunday, I believe you start. Oh, hell yeah. The second they said they had a free man, I hit up my boy Nexus. But you only have 15 minutes to change. Hold up. Literally. Otherwise, it falls into week 3. So we have 15 minutes, right, to change? Is King's Rock banned? Yes, it's a luck item. It's not Shellbell, damn it. Oh, okay. So we're gonna go over each team, but the reason they drafted Lechonk, and I told this to Amo. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but Flamigo is way better. The reason they drafted Lechonk is if you look at their team, they have every single type. They literally, before Lechonk, right? Don't look at Lechonk. They have every single type. No types overlap, and they have every single Pokemon type on their team. I'm serious, right? You got Dragon Flying, that's 2. Bug Steel, that's 4. Ghost, normal, that's 6. Fighting and Water, that's 8. Fairy, that's 9. Rock plus Electric, that's 11. Ground plus Grass, that's 13. Poison plus Dark, that's 15. Ice, that's 16. And then Fire plus Psychic, that's 17 and 18. So they have every single type on their team, and Amel loves Ice Cube as well. Yeah, they have 23 points left because they look at their picks. They got Ice Cube. And do not overlook Ice Cube. I'm going to show you guys a replay. So they literally have every single type, and they want the meme pick. Hold up. Let me show you a fire replay of Ice Cube. Because I was like, why the hell did you draft Ice Cube? He walled a Mega Metachan with it. I'll show you real quick. So he brought Ice Cube in this game. And peep this. Like, you go hard Ice Cube into it. We're just going to watch this game super quick. Can lechonk Endeavor? I have no idea what that dude learns. I know he learns Yawn and Mud Slap. That'd be fire. Well, just wait. You'll see in a sec. Okay, so Metachamp comes out, right? I appreciate you, fam. So Ice Cube comes hard in, right? It substitutes there, which is fine. They Drain Punch, they break its face in half, and it makes it faster. It's Rocky Helmet. It freeze dries to break this up, and then peep this. It goes for Hail when faster, so it gets Ice Face. So every single time Metachamp touches it, it cannot attack it for damage, and it's taking Rocky Helmet. So it's a sick way to use Ice Cube, and it's actually extremely threatening. Because you're going to be faster when you transform, and you're going to be slow. Yo, can, yeah, I agree. Can we still do trades in the next 13 minutes, or are we done? We can, right? And also, look how much Ice Cube did. It also froze like 15 people. It literally froze 15 people. So it's a good choice. It is a good choice to use. As long as before midnight? Okay, so he has 12 minutes. You have 12 minutes. Yeah, got 12 p.m.? Okay. He has 12 minutes, okay. Okay, so MV made his trade. Also, the Ice Cube, I mean, we'll fast forward a little bit, but it also froze, like, everything in this game. Like, the fact I don't even like him, but he might be him is insane. All right, much love, David. Yeah, this set was really good on stall, too, but it would use Whirlpool. Look, he freezes the Porygon as well. He literally did freeze every special attacker. And then he blizzards because it has the accurate. And the Hail Chip puts it in range. I mean, you don't get the Hail Chip in this generation, obviously. But the fact that like even Donphan can't bust him because of this is so freaking funny. And now he's faster. Hail kills Donphan. This is such a clean tech. I was so happy to see this replay. Didn't have E-Speed. And it ends up killing Dragonite via Rocky Helmet. I might have to put this video up as the greatest Ice Cube sweep of all time. Oh, this Draft League World Cup? Oh, no. I was just showing them about Ice Cube because they were saying, why the hell does he have Ice Cube? They were literally saying, why the hell does this guy have Ice Cube? So it was a very, very strong pick. Yeah. It might be a short. That was through multi-scale. It wouldn't have lived if it wasn't. It's insane because it can manage to run max special attack if it wants to. Envy actually took Oricorio. So I believe he just traded it away. Yeah, it's a super thing. So like, we're going to go through everything. We're going to go through everybody's draft. I'm going to give my honest thoughts on all the Pokemon they have. We're going to start with Matt. Now, if you look at Matt's team, with the exception of Garganacci, they were playing Sword and Shield OU. They were playing Sword and Shield draft. I actually noticed this while they were drafting. I believe someone just changed the draft page to see if Oricorio is gone. Oricorio is gone for Flamigo. The trade has gone through for week 2. So, if you look at his team, he didn't get a ghost. He actually just dropped Oricorio. Oh, no. It doesn't. So, Envy and I were talking for about 5 hours about what he wants to draft. Because he literally was like, I don't know if I get Iron Valiant or Walking Wake. Iron Valiant or Walking Wake. And he was like, I don't know which one will get more views. And I'm like, listen, man. Iron Valiant, everybody's been using Iron Valiant for months. If you want to win, if you want to do incredible, you get Iron Valiant. But if you want to have fun, get the thumbnail views, and also a Pokemon that's probably going to be banned, you get Walking Wake, right? And obviously my name is the LA Wakers because I love a Walking Wake. It's a new form of Suicune. Suicune's my favorite Pokemon. So I was like, get it? There's no hard feelings. I was kind of set on Palafin anyway. Yeah, it was literally 5 hours. We were literally talking for 5 hours. The reason we were talking for 5 hours is because Nexus goes before him. And, no. Nexus goes after him. And Nexus doesn't wake up until 6:37 p.m. every single day. Except for the one day of draft, he woke up at 1. And I was like, holy shit. Like, it was like, yo, what are you doing here? But he was alive that one time. Yeah, Iron Leads got taken. All the thumbnail mons got taken. So, yeah, him getting that was insane. Like, it was wild. The draft actually went so crazy that one day. How do you feel about YouTube Shorts? I freaking love them, dude. They're so fun. They're growing my channel. And it's so fun trying to... It's like Draft League, right? You got your team of 6. You got to figure out how to use them. I got 1 minute. I got to figure out how to use it. Versus me, who is Mr. Improv and can talk for hours. Like, the only person who talks longer than me on Pokemon is BKC. That's it. But yeah, anyway. So, Matt's team is incredible, right? He got first pick. Dude has the... What would you have taken if you had first pick? If I didn't want to take Valiant, are you going to upload team building videos to streams for each week? Yes. So next Sunday, I'll be streaming our watch together of the games. And the team building videos are going to be in the battle videos. I'm not going to make them separate videos. Maybe Mew. We'll see. She starts on my favorite on the site by long. Thank you. We try really hard. We're testing things out. Pedro is incredible. I pay him well, I hope. And yeah. So anyway, Matt got first pick. You ever considered delayed? Yes, I did. I didn't realize it was 7. I will never leave. Thank you. But, so I was number 6, right? If I had been first, I probably still would have picked Palafin, but I might have picked Iron Valiant. My initial decision in this thing was to use only new Pokemon. Obviously, that had to change because this is a draft that has 12 people and there's only 1 dex. So, as you can see, my first 4 picks were all new Pokemon. And then I had to kind of even it out because everything I wanted was taken. Gallade was 7 was a mistake. It was supposed to be like 9 or 11 or some crap like that. Thank you, Richie. I think it'll be UUBL or UU. Yeah, it's really good though. I think it's really good to know you. Yeah, Gallade 7 was literally a mistake. So, obviously Matt picked the best Pokemon in draft, right? Which is Dragapult. Dragapult can run physical, special. I think the biggest thing about Dragapult is the fact... Holy crap, my mic is breaking. That's not good. I need to buy a new one. The biggest thing about Dragapult is the fact that I'm going to order one on eBay right now. Is that it can run basically no speed EVs to outspeed entire teams. That's a big thing, right? You run a Timid Nature with probably 16 speed and you outspeed most people that are not running Chien-Pao. That's literally it. Like, you can outspeed... I'll give you an example. Well, that's Pokemon Showdown. Let's go. That's the damage count. Right? So let's look at Envy's team, because Envy's team has only 361 as a speed tier. Right? So Envy, you have Maushold, right? So Maushold, you got to cover for max speed Maushold. Right? It's not the biggest threat, but it is a threat. So 353. Right? That's it. Let me show you Dragapult. If Dragapult wants to cover for this, and it runs a Timid Nature, well, there you go. 8 speed EVs. I need 8 speed EVs to outspeed Envy's fastest Pokemon. I can literally throw this anywhere. And that's why Dragapult is an insane draft Pokemon. It's an insane draft Pokemon. Because it doesn't have to worry about... Yeah, but Skullville and Sun is different. You'll outspeed it at +2, depending on your EV spread. Like, obviously, you can look at, like, Timid Skullville is what, 273? I think? I'm going to say 273. Yeah, 273. So you do 273 times 2, right? And then you just make your Dragapult faster than that. So that's 546. Which you're damn near close to anyway. So you probably need it closer to 380, I would say. Yep. If you're running DD, like, this is way faster, right? You don't even need that much. What am I saying? A little bit more. Like, something like this. 52 speed EVs at +1, you're outspeeding that mod. So, exactly. It forces that. It has an insane speed tier. It's literally like Aerodactyl. Exactly, Uzi. So, it's basically, that's why Dragapult is the best mod in draft. Because it can do that. And plus, they can Terra. They opted for Terra Fire, which is really interesting. So, on top of Dragapult, right? They got Azu. They got their Fairy type. So, they got one of their Dragapult answers. They got their Chien-Pao answer in one, right? They basically covered opposing Dragapult answers. The Dark types, and honestly, Azu takes Ghost type 2s if running AV. And then they got Corviknight, one of the best Steel types in the game. Did someone get in DD? I don't think anybody got in DD. I use it in draft. I absolutely loved it in draft. It was incredible. All I did was U-turn every week, and then or Roost. Well, I used it last in Sword and Shield where Dynamax was allowed. So all I did was Roost stall every Dynamax turn. The crazy thing is I was actually going to pick up Guard this round if it didn't happen. Dang, I'm excited for it too. How much Poltergeist costs? I'll check it in a sec. You'll see Great Tusk in a bit. We'll go through it in a bit. What's my walking wake check? I got a Ditto. I have a Ditto and a Sylveon. I have a Ditto. That's probably the biggest one. Then we got Rotom Heat. Good. Crook, as you can see, like I said, they're doing Sword and Shield type of thing. They have a really nice, like, water, fire. Their grass is funny. It's literally Sword and Shield plus Garg. I think Garg is really good for their team, though. Not only does it give them a second Stealth Rocker outside of Crocodile, but also it's a Ghost Resist, which helps out Dragapult. And obviously Garg is Garg. It's a status resist, which is amazing for their team. He can bring physical Walking Wake. Yeah, my original draft plan was, after I got Sylveon, to change up everything and try and get Umbreon, Espeon, Glaceon, Jolteon in them. But I didn't think it was going to happen. Maybe my second draft. Yeah, literally. I do think Garg is still... Why was Flutter banned? Because that mon is broken. Honestly, there should probably be a few more banned mons in this, in my honest opinion. But I also think we should have free Terra. So maybe that's why I'm thinking we should have a few more banned mons. Oh, a lot of people have Palafin check. Because you can just EV yourself. But you got to remember, Palafin is literally slacking, right? With like 30 less points. So the amount of stuff I can do with that mon, I think is going to be crazy. Like, you might see me Jet Punch one week, and I might not even have water moves next week. Yo, I'm breaking my headset because it's underneath my chair. Hold up. So anyway, we have Garg. Gallade is probably the biggest steal on that team at 7 points because that was a mistake. And Gallade having... Yeah, okay. None of that shit here, Wild Wave. You can keep that to Twitter. You bring it here, I will put you down. Anyway. Fuck life. But yeah, anyway, so we have Gallade. Gallade probably the biggest steal there, right? I think it's going to be insane, the sweeps that Matt has. I think Gallade's going to have an insane amount of sweeps, right? But the fact that it can Leaf Blade, Sacred Sword, Psycho Cut, and all get boosted because of its sharpness ability is the craziest thing. Night Slash as well. So I think that Gallade is going to be broken. I think Gallade's going to be broken. I really do. Well, because the thing is, everybody can run. If they know you're bringing a Garg, they can kind of, run one item to deal with it. That's my personal opinion. I just think this team is really strong, right? You got Volt Turn on so many members. You have Toxtricity, which is an incredible breaker. Later, bud. You got Toxtricity, which is an incredible breaker, right? And you have Spikes from Frostlass and another Spin Blocker, as well as Dragapult. And then you got like the Braviary, which is your normal type, and then your Leafeon. I feel like Leafeon is obviously... The draft got weaker as it kept going because he was the last person to do it. Matt was the last person, right? Or was it the other one? Imprisoned Nachi stack is so funny. Only Terra Captain can Terra, yes. So they can do Dragapult. Crook more points than Gar. Seems kind of, is Crook better in draft? Crook is really good in draft because it can bulk up and stuff. It was really good when Pursuit was around. I use Crook. It's amazing. But I like that team overall. I think at the end it gets a little bit weaker, obviously, because of the Leafeon. But who am I to say anything about weaker picks when we have Lechonk right here? I'll try, Springer. I cannot promise anything. Anyway, Dragonite team looks insane. The Dragonite team looks absolutely insane. It did lose knockoff. If you join their Discord, which will be in the video that I put up earlier, I didn't put it in this one yet. If you join their Discord, they have the doc there that they can give out, or they can give it out right here in the chat. I just don't have that link to that doc that we can give out. But yeah, there's not a lot of good steel types available as well, because what is free agency trade? It's like if I want something that wasn't drafted, I could trade something that I have that was drafted. Dude, I have to show you a replay. Speaking of that thing, disguise. Is there anybody here that's from Los Angeles? That's what I'm saying, Wild Wave. The Dragon Fairy Steel Core on this is actually insane. Their team, Amo's team is insane. Amo's team, okay, another replay. another replay that has to be shown. So I'm going to show this, Dre, because you're here. So this is Dre testing, and he made his testing people that did mocks bring lechonk. Now I got to show this replay real quick. Speaking of lechonk disguised as Zorark. It's alright, BTG. I like my team. He made him bring lechonk just in case, to be ready. Which I think is so funny. That's a nasty crit turn 1. This is so funny. Also, lechonk has thick fat. Look at this play. Look at this play. It's Zorark. It says oink, motherfucker. Look at lechonk. One for lechonk. Let's go. That's all I have to show you. That's what I want to show you. Oh yeah, I mean I don't live in LA either. I just want to show that. That was it. The rest of the thing is lechonk coming in every single time as Zorark. It's literally coming in every single time as Zorark. Yes, this was very important to the stream. Extremely important. That's really lechonk right there. Boy took 27. And it yawned Annihilate out. Alright, we don't need to do the rest of that replay. All we need to do is that. But anyway, lechonk aside, Amel's team is insane, right? The offense on his team is crazy. You got Dragonite, his Terra Captain, which has flying, which is amazing for Terra Blast or Dual Wing Beat. Mainly Terra Blast. And Extreme Speed, so it has normal for Extreme Speed. So it's basically a Dragonite that we see in OU. You have Scizor, which is an incredible Steel type. I think it's really important to get your Steel type early. Obviously, I didn't do that. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, I did do that. I followed by. Obviously, I get your Steel type really early. I think Scizor's Bullet Punch is going to be very key in these teams. I mean, like SC Scizor with close combat is so good right now. And then you got Hisuian Zorark, which I think is ranked kind of low in my opinion. I know you guys were thinking about it. I think it's just ranked. He has 23 points available too. Roaring Moon is Dell. Man, Scizor losing Roost kind of... it definitely hurts it, but I think offensive Scizor goes crazy in draft. I think that's a big thing. Offensive Scizor goes insane. So we got that. We have Zorark, which has... This is the big thing too. Zorark can disguise an insane amount of offensive threats. It can disguise as Dragonite and I have to play different. It can disguise as Scizor and you have to play different. So, didn't you say Diddy was available? Couldn't he drop lechonk for that synergize with Elmer Rouge? But then he doesn't have lechonk. What's the highest point mon that's still available? Weavile. Weavile, the mistiered Pokemon. Oh, it's true. Weavile is the quote-unquote highest. We definitely got too many points, but I feel like that's better, though, because our drafts would have been way worse, I think. I think we needed this many points because there was too little people. But yeah, so like insane, they basically have insane threats. Now, disguising as Tauros is going to be hard because of Intimidate, but you can use other ones. Even Florges, right? Let's say they bring out Florges, and I have Meowscarada out, and I try to go for U-turn on Florges, and they have a Scarf Hisuian Zorark and hit Flamethrower and kill me. Like, the amount of mind games you have for that. For sure, Honcho. Good to see you, by the way. Like, the amount of mind games that they have there is crazy. And then even Iron Thorns, I think, like, they have the Booster Energy Sweeper. Toad Squirrel gives them hazards. Rapid Spin, and even a Spore that can't be blocked by Hatterene, which is pretty cool. Or Garg, which is really nice. And then Skuntank got Toxic Spikes this gen as well. So they got their Grounded Poison to absorb T-Spike. We already saw what Ice Cube did earlier. That mon's a demon. And then we have Armor Rouge, which I think is a great special attacker for his team to kind of round it up. Battles will be weekly. We already did our week 1 battles. Almost everybody did their week 1 battles. Yeah, I think that's a big thing as well. They have a ground resist with Toad Scroll. Though, I think Tauros is going to be used better as their ground answer just because Toad Scroll is probably just going to get Rapid Spin, take 30%, and then get Ice Spinnered. Draft off the deck so you refill to it at any points. Since there's not a lot of mounts. I agree. Yeah, Hisuian Zorark's typing as well is the big thing, right? Like, I can't close combat Iron Thorns if it's not revealed if it's Zorark or not. So So I think that's the big thing too. Though I will say that you're not going to be clicking Shadow Ball versus this team ever. Yeah, it's... You know why this team is so cheap but good? It's because he really uses lower tier picks well. He got Toad School, Skuntank, and Ice Cube. I don't think Toad the Terra Captain is better than Dragonite, one of the best Pokemon in this generation. Alright, let's look at Envy's team. So this is Envy's team. He just traded Oricorio for Flamigo for week 2. I like Envy's team a lot. It's a Sun team. It also can run Pseudo Trick Room. It's definitely a lot more fun than what he's done in the past, right? I think Walking Wake, Tinglu, Torkoal are insanely solid. I think Iron Hands plus I think Hattering's amazing on Sun, which he can run. And Hattering's just amazing in general. Iron Hands gives you so many EVs to play with as well. And then he also has Brute Bonnet to abuse a Sun. Same thing with Cerulege and Scovillain. He almost has a standard Sun team. Flamigo is, I think, his pick he just picked up, which I think gives him a nice off-the-ground Pokemon that replaces Oricorio. I like... Look, I'm going to be honest, Oricorio is broken, but not in draft when you can't have whatever Terra you want. If we could have free Terra on whatever Pokemon we wanted, and Oricorio could be one of them, I think Oricorio would sweep damn near every week, just like it does in PU, NU, RU. He drafted Revavroom to get his Steel type. That's basically it. He needed a Steel type, and all the ones he wanted were taken. Goldengo was taken. Iron Trez was taken. He was thinking about Tinkaton, but he had just gotten Hatterene. Yeah, I think Revavroom helps his team a ton too. Gives him a Moonblast resist. Gives him a better one than Torkoal. Gives him Toxic Spikes, Parting Shot support for Scovillain setup. Same thing with Cerulege. Absorbs Toxic Spikes. Can't use Toxic. Why is Steel type so important? You don't want to get run over by Fairies. What up, Aberforth? And Dragon type attacks, which are so... Fairy type and Dragon type attacks are already so strong, right? You have Draco Meteor, you have Outrage, you have Moonblast. They're all so incredibly strong and spammable for the most part. Yeah, so you have to spend extra to make your Terra Captain Terra. So Walking Wake is actually, I believe, 17 points, and he had to do 3 to make it Terra. Yep. No. Walking Wake is 16 points, and he had to do 4 to make it Terra. Excuse me. My Spothra is 12 points, and it had to be 15 to make it Terra. So it's really good value there. Yeah, Envy's team is really HO, but it can obviously run defensive plays. Like, Walking Away can definitely do some substitute things with Toxic Spike support. Hatterene can be Trick Room offensive, or obviously the center defensive. No. You can only have one Terra Captain. That's the thing. Only one Pokemon can Terrasilize. Let's do that. Oh, thank you, Kirby. I didn't realize that. I'm gonna do it to... Hold up. Let me DM Kirby right now. I believe that's the email I'm using. FA is free agency, so you can change your basically how many times you can trade for something in the draft. Oh, you can for sure go balance with this draft. Yeah. Like, you gotta remember, Envy doesn't have to do... Like, Envy can easily go Tinglu, Hatterene, Iron Hands, then Walking Wake, Torkoal, and then Revavroom, right? He doesn't have to go straight up full on Sun. Why is Gyarados worth less than Torkoal? Because Torkoal gives you Sun and gives you support for your entire team. Whereas Gyarados, man, I feel like that mon has not been good in draft unless you can Terra it, personally. Personally, I could be wrong though. Hold up, give me 1 second. Yep, just making sure that's the email. Okay, cool. Yeah, Drought literally carries. I mean, look what Torkoal does for Envy's team. Photosynthesis, Chlorophyll, Fire moves boosted. I think it's really good. Is the link to the rosters public? There is a public doc. Kirby, if you're watching, could you DM me the public doc that people can use? Yeah, you can play a match without my Terra Captain. I don't have to bring a Spothra, nor do I have to Terrasilize. Yeah, I like Envy's team too. It's really heat. It's really fun. I love that the direction Envy went. I think it's a lot more fun than what he usually does. Ah, thank you, Dell. Never mind, Dell did it. All right, so if you got, this is the, yes. So this is the, well, this only has rules and draft board. Okay, that's fair. Either way, this is rules and draft board. Yeah, it also boosts its Hydro Steam move too. Thank you, Dell. This is draft singles. Yeah, it's 66 singles on timer. But I like Envy's team. Obviously, I think a few Pokemon might go better on his team. Like, for instance, Iron Treads or Great Tusk would be amazing, but he can't get... There's no way he gets those. I know Envy really wanted Miss Magius, which is crazy because I said I'm getting Miss Magius next in our group chat. He had not mentioned Miss Magius once, and he was like, no, I wanted Miss Magius. I'm like, oh, the hell you did not. He was like, but wait, look at my team. Ground and Fighting cook me. And I was like, bitch, look at my team. Ground and Fighting cook me. At least he has speed. So, yeah, that's how that conversation went. That's literally how that conversation went. But, any rules of trading between coaches? Unlimited trades until week 5. But the catch is, and this is funny, because before we knew this catch, I had said, Envy, let's trade full teams. The catch is, I think you only trade 5 times between coaches, though it's unlimited. No. You can't trade back. That's the catch. You can make unlimited trades with other coaches until the beginning of week 5. You may not make more than 4 trades with an individual coach, throughout the season. And you may only own a Pokemon once. So if I traded him Palafin, he's like, oh, let me use Palafin. He is not going to be able to give it back to me. I think it's just for fun. How many teams in this? 12. Man, I would have loved to trade back. Y'all remember how I played Wolf? Got that 0 ore, didn't even bring it out. But it was on my team. And that's what mattered. I don't think A-Drive will ever come back to draft personally, but I like the Flamigo pick though. I like the Scrappy. I think it helps him out in his ammo matchup a lot. Like, look at close combat. Look at this team. Zard was definitely on his list, but the problem is Zard got nerfed by not having Defog this gen. He would have picked Zard if he had Defog. Drifblim was also on his list as well. He was thinking about drafting it, but he opted for Oricorio, I believe. Drifblim was literally something we were talking to him about too. So Nexus is next. He was 4th in the draft. And Nexus ended... What the hell was that? What's going on with my phone? Nexus ended up getting Iron Valiant, right? Probably the 2nd best mon in draft. I don't think Wolf would ever do draft again either. He's just too busy. Dude's about to hit 1 million subs. I'm so happy for him. Yeah, if you draft Oricorio, you get all 4. Literally, John. And also, I tweeted at him. I've also talked to him. He's like, it sounds enticing, but there's no way I have time. The thing with Draft League, it's not just playing 1 battle a week, right? If you really want to do well, you got to test. You got to take time to build the team and do all that stuff too. There's a lot of time in between. So, no, Joshua, but because you can't do that. You have to pick a Terra Captain after, and you would have to have the equal points. I love Nexus team. It's very fun. Because Iron Valiant in draft, whereas Walking Wake will do one thing for the most part, right? Spec Scarf. Iron Valiant or Booster Energy, whatever. Iron Valiant can run the perfect physical set, the perfect special set. Mixed. I agree, Uzi. 100%. Wolfie deserves everything that's coming to him. He's going to hit 1 million hopefully before April. That was his when we had talked back in December, he was like, I want to hit 1 million by April. I think he's going to do it. This draft is singles. And it's going to be fun. I posted my draft and everything, my builder, earlier today. If you guys want to check it out, it's an edited video, so it's a little different than usual. I mean, Chipback didn't have time to be in this draft, but I definitely should have asked him. Oh, Bomb Snow is nice. It's a good rival. Literally. Iron Valiant's amazing. And then he picks Greninja next, which is still really strong in my opinion. Wow, Wave. Who knows? Maybe Shorts will make me get there, but I don't know. If I get there, I wanna earn it. So we'll see what happens. What up, Does? So he has Iron Valiant and Greninja. Then he takes a full turn and goes a really defensive, but though it could be offensive route and Skeleturge. So, and then he has Clodsire for defensive backbone. Noivern is incredible in draft. It is really good. It has a lot of support moves. Now, does Noivern have all those support moves right now? Let's freaking find out. because I've used Noivern. Do you still have Super Fang? You do. You still have Roost. You still have U-Turn. You still have Taunt. You still have Draco. You still have Hurricane. You still have Flamethrower. So all it lost was Toxic. That's all, and that's it. All it lost was Toxic. Literally. Toxic is pretty big for Noivern, because when I use Noivern, I definitely ran like max defense and use Toxic like a Crobat. But I agree, TK. No, it has Defog. It has Defog. It says Defog right here. It literally says Defog right here. Yeah. Hold up. Let's check if this is legal. Yeah, it has it. It's good. Dude didn't lose crap. My boy literally only lost Toxic. Insane. Actually insane. So it's still it's a great pick. I've used this in draft. It's so good. It is such a good Pokemon. It's one of my favorite value picks. And at 10, I feel like it's fine. Yeah, Tinkaton at 7. So it gives you a second Stealth Rocker, right? I think Tinkaton, he needed a Fairy type. Another, Steel type, excuse me. He needed a Steel type. Exactly. It lost Switcheroo. Is that what it lost? If it lost Switcheroo, then that's a pretty big one. Yeah, it lost Switcheroo. That's pretty big. But I mean, you just run U-turn 3 attacks anyway. You will literally never tear it. I love Tinkaton. I love the support moves it has. Knockoff, Encore, Thunderwave. Gigaton Hammer's pretty good. Can protect. It's a. I think for his team, it's specifically a Chiempao answer. John. As far as that list goes, Kale is probably maybe 6 for hacks. That's probably it. So as far as that goes, I think Tinkaton does that for him. And then he has Pincurchin, which is pretty cool because obviously that's the Iron Valiant enabler that allows you to run specs but still get the booster energy and speed. I think that was the big thing. If he wants to, the thing is, Nexus has 0 points left. So if we look at the draft board, he can train from 7 and down. So if we look at 7 and down, right, he could potentially get Caparaja. He could get Magneton. Mousehold is back. It's just not here yet. Palisand, Passimian. Poltergeist, I think, would be one of the big ones that he could potentially get. Like, just looking at his team, Poltergeist looks pretty good as a Shell Smash sweeper and very scary with Aurora Veil from Abomasnow. So if he doesn't end up liking Pincurchin, he can trade. It doesn't cost points to trade, but you have to have the points for the trade. You know what I mean? Like, if he got rid of his Pincurchin and wanted a 9-pointer, he couldn't because Pincurchin would only give him 7 points back. And then we traded Mousehold for Flamigo. But then in the lower tiers, you could get Oricorio again. Does Nihilate ban? Now that boy's only 15 points. And he can get anything lower. Oh, no. He can trade. But yeah, I like Tinkaton a lot. Pincurchin, obviously, I feel like he's going to have to see if he likes that. It gives him another Spiker as well, and T-Spike. It gives him a Mental, which I think is pretty big too. But we're going to have to see. Because he can definitely do like some Spikes offense. With like Gren lead, Pincurchin to Iron Valiant, Aurora Veil, Belly Jumps to Titan, Dragon is Gyarados type stuff. He got rid. Yeah, he kept Mousehold. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I'm so sorry. Envy did not get rid of Mousehold. He was talking about Mousehold for Staraptor, but Staraptor doesn't have default. I apologize. I was wrong. Yes, Hamza. Yes, 100%. But, yeah, so I think Abomasnow to Titan is really good for him. Not only does it give him Weather to combat the other 3 Weathers that got picked, but also Aurora Veil is insane for SD Iron Valiant. Tinkaton can run SD with it too. Obviously, Belly Jumps to Titans there and Dragonette's Gyarados. So I think that's really... I know, it's insane. They really did get hit hard. Yeah, Blizzard Hail can work too. And then he has Farigiraf as his Ghost immunity. Because it was the only normal type left. That's probably decent. Gives him Wish support too. It's a fat Wisher. Give him Trick Room as well. A little Pincurchin sweep. Yeah, Tyranitar got picked. Tyranitar was actually a second pick for Mephisto. Well, you have 100. Yeah. No. It's 22 points because it's his Terra Captain. If you see the draft board, it's 18 points, but 4 more because it's his Terra Captain. Oh, Iron Jugglers was something I wanted on my team if I had gotten Iron Jugglers, I would have gotten Pelipper early. But Iron Jugglers got picked up, so I had nothing. Like, Iron Jugglers got picked. So then we have Kirby's team. Now, Kirby's, as you can see, he picked up Iron Jug. He actually picked up Iron Jug right before me, and it was something I was thinking of. But as you can see, Kirby's team, right? It starts off insane. You got Bundle, Volcarona, King Gambit. And then you got Value Slowking, which is an insane enabler, right? Let me tell you what Slowking does. Chilly Reception. First off, hail into Iron Bundle, so it gets a even bigger defense raise for, what is it, 104 for no reason, or 124? It's one of those. Yeah, that's Kirby right there in the chat. Yeah, 6 pick is really bad, but I got everything I wanted for the most part, I guess. Also, I had Mephisto, and me and him held things for each other because he also has a pretty bad... Well, he doesn't have a bad pick, but he has to wait a lot. Volk is... I believe Volk is 14? Yeah, Volcarona is 14 points with that Terra. It's 114 defense. Thank you. It was something with 4. So he has a Chilly Reception, gives Iron Bundle defense boost, gives it 100% accurate Blizzards. So it gets Blizzard, right? It should have. It's an Ice type. I swear. I know you only have Hydro Pump, but you for sure have Blizzard. Yep. 100% accurate Blizzards on choice specs. Obviously, it's Freeze Dry and Hydro Pumps. He's going to miss all his Hydro Pumps, so it's just going to suck for you, Kirby. It's definitely going to suck for you, Kirby, the entire time. But your Blizzards are going to hurt. Volcarona is Terra, Fire, and Water. So you can't just Revenge Kill it with my Palafin Jet Punch. And also Serena did lose Knockoff, which I think is pretty big. I think that's the big thing, right? He doesn't have a grounded Poison type. So T-Spike look nasty. Of course, most of his Mons are going to be running Boots, right? Volcarona Boots. King Gambit is a Steel type. Slowking Boots. Iron Bundle can run Boots. Jug is off the ground. Gardevoir can... Nice, Jabba. Yeah, everything's doing well. It's been a good stream. I'm enjoying it. We're just talking, having a good time. He has Weather as well with Hippowdon plus Lycanroc. He has Gardevoir to be good anti-weather measures because of Trace. But his team is not super T-Spike weak, but some Pokemon do hate it. He can definitely free agency. There's no item clause now. You can do whatever the hell you want. I ran leftovers on half my Mons this week. I think all my runs did all my Mons? I think 5 of my Mons ran leftovers this week. Oh, there's no Revival Blessing Chop. Yeah, so Serena gives him Rapid Spin, which I think is fine. Most Ghost types are not going to want to take a Power Whip anyway. Yes, every coach has to upload as well. It's mandatory. Every week. You get punished for it if you don't. They slap you. And also has Giraffe Rig. This is a really funny normal type. Giraffe Rig is high-key not a bad Pokemon with Nasty Plot. Everybody knows how scary that thing is in Rambats. But that's what 84 EV is, and the fact that it's like level 90 or some crap. But I like the team offensively. I think it's one of the scariest teams offensively in this entire draft. Just Iron Bundle, Volcarona, King Gambit. The fact that Slowking enables them all. Jugulis as well with Specs. And then he has the speed control with Lycanroc and Hippowdon. I think it's just... what if you want to get slapped? Well, then maybe you're on the wrong website right now. I have a couple websites and some suggestions that can, hopefully go your way. If you need a password and login, I got you as well. So... yeah, so we got Gardevoir right here, which I think is one of my favorite Mons ever in draft. Gardevoir is actually how I beat MV the last time we played draft. Via tracing his Grimmsnarl's Prankster and substituting and then Moonblasting, etc. I think Gardevoir is an insane Pokemon in draft. I haven't used it in this generation, but it's really good. I do think that Kirby will eventually trade for a Poison type, but this is the problem. I think that Kirby will eventually... What up, Mort? Oh, y'all still on that talk that I had like 10 minutes ago? If he wants a Mungus, which is probably the best one left, you got to do a lot. Like, maybe eventually something will go. But this is the problem, right? If you want to get a Mungus on this team, you got to trade Jugulis. And if you trade Jugulis, you don't have an Earthquake switching. That's what I'm saying. There's literally 2 Mons left. There's a Mungus, which you have to give up probably one of your best off special attackers. There's a Mungus right there. And then... there's Toxicroak. Well, actually, probably the best one he can get is Grafaiai. But the problem with getting Grafaiai is you don't have enough points left. So again, you have to give up something. Do you give up your Lycanroc speed tier to get Grafai. Last specs is allowed on Houndstone. Sorry, yes, not Houndoom. But so, if you want to get Grafai, which I think fits his team and actually enables Volcarona, all these, he would have to give up his Lycanroc. But I think that if he did that, exactly, I was literally about to say Glimmet. If he did that, right, he gives up Girafarig as well and gets Glimmet. That way he has the grounded poison as well as Grafai. But he could also swap Girafarig for Glimmet as well. So I think those two will both work. Potentially Giraffe, but then he doesn't have a normal type. So it's, you know, pick and choose. But otherwise, I think the top 3 are some of the scariest Pokemon in this draft. Quite literally. Then you obviously have my team. I did a whole video on my team that I would love if you guys check it out. It's the previous video on the channel. I think it was really well made. Pedro did an amazing job on it. Like, it was super edited. The thumbnail by Skarsig is insane too. Iron Leaves gets drafted. We're about to talk about it. But like, if you look through it, it's a super edited video. We got, just in case you can't hear, we got subtitles. Yeah, Spotter's at 12 points. Okay, so we got John Jr. John Jr. originally had Iron Treads and traded with me with Golden Go because I begged him. Free agency allows you to trade for things on the draft board that are still available. Yeah, that's literally what the stock footage screen was for. Yeah, Logix got picked. It also couldn't, like, it was something I was looking at, but at that point I couldn't get it. But John Jr., another person who has probably have, like, his top 3 Pokemon are some of the scariest in the draft. So you got Chiampao. Okay, Chiampao at 7th pick, by the way. This is the 7th pick of the draft, and one of the top 3 Pokemon was not picked. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I would 100% could have gotten Chiampao, and it probably would have been really good for my team. Slumber for 12 might actually be a scam with no teleport. But Shed Tail's banned, yes. So, it was pick 7 Chiampao. Now, I could have definitely gotten Chiampao, but I freaking wanted Palafin, and I've used Chiampao so much, and Palafin was banned like in like 2-3 weeks. It was literally 2 weeks I think it got banned. Duck is a cool pick. It gives him a third Rapid Spinner. Excuse me. So you got Chiampao and Golden Go. Amazing combo. Golden Go plus Clamora is a tried and true combo that's used in OU. It's great. Again, the only reason he was willing to trade me Golden Go or his Iron Treads for Golden Go is because his pick was next, and he was thinking about getting Glamora. So I was like, okay, that'd be great if you trade with me, and he did. I'm very happy. Thank you, Flarky. I'm glad you like it. I'm getting Palafin. I wanted it. The more I thought about it, I was like, do I get Iron Valiant or Palafin? Or do I get whatever? I wanted Palafin. Shoot. So, also could have gotten Chi-Yu. Right? But I've used those mons so much. I also used them on Wi-Fi as well. So, you got Chiampao. Chiampao's Terra Dark and Terra Electric. Terra Electric's really, really good. 1, you have 1 weakness. 2, you have Terra Blast Electric. So, you smash through Corviknight, you smash through Toxapex, you smash through Bulky Waters, something that are not necessarily counters to Chiampao, but they can deal with it. It's just super nice. You resist Bullet Punch, which is big. You take neutral from Mach Punch from Braylon, which is probably still killing you if it's banded, but the principle. I guess. I think Quackable is actually really scary in draft. Is Terra Types part of the draft? Yeah, you have to pay for them. Yep. Literally. So he is literally, like, he checks his or he has a strong answer, good versus that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really good. Glamora gives him hazards and everything like that. Mortal Spin, Toxic Spikes, it's a grounded poison type and also gives him Toxic Spikes just for hitting it. And also, he doesn't have to use that. He can use Corrosion and run double Corrosion with Salazzle plus Glamora. So that's obviously, are trapping abilities banned? Nope, they are allowed. They are allowed. Thank you, Mort. Thank you. But then you have Quackable. That mon is obviously a strong Pokemon in itself. While you might say, well, it doesn't look that good in this gen, you got to remember not everybody has Rotom, not everybody has Toxapex. So it's pretty nasty in it with Swords Dance and Bulk Up. Even though he picked up he also picked up one of the Chiampao answers, which is pretty funny. Yeah, literally Noah. Exactly. He can Rapid Spin as well. It gets Moxie. Obviously, Aqua Step is incredible. Ice Spinner as well. Taunt, Bulk Up, all that crap. Cyclozar is 8 points because it doesn't have Shed Tail. But it also gives him Rapid Spin. It gives him a speed tier that's middle in between Chiampao and like the rest of his Pokemon. And then he also has Kilowattrel up there too. So his speed tiers are really covered. Like he is forcing Meowscarada to run Jolly. Or Timid, depending. That's basically it. He picked up the answer. He got a Water type in it. Then he got Cyclozar, which can... I don't know if you guys know, but Cyclozar learns Shift Gear. You might not know this because you're busy shed-tailing, you scum. But Cyclozar obviously has Shift Gear. It has decent special attacks as well. Blunder's not part of the league, no. Thank you, Kirby. What's banned besides Shed Tail? Battle Bond, Gren, Fluttermane, Revival Blessing. So, yeah, it can do that. It can U-turn. It's a good heavy duty Bootsmon. It has knockoff as well, which I think is pretty big. So it gives him 2 knockoff users because he has Chan. But Slowbro at 12, I agree, is kind of weird because it doesn't have teleport anymore. But obviously, as a defensive wall, it's still really good. Which Mon do you use to win in this draft? I'm pretty sure they used Chiampao to win. Ursaring is picked up as well. No. That's amazing that you fought a Hyper Beam Cyclozar in draft. Rage Fist is also allowed, correct? No, just in general what I used to win? Definitely Golden Go is something in Great Tusk, our Pokemons I always used to win. Yeah, Slowbro obviously can Calm Mind, be a defensive wall. Assault Vest has Regenerator. I think the main reason he picked it up is because he needed a Great Tusk answer. SPL stream will either be tomorrow, depending on if I have power, because there's supposed to be a storm the next 2 days. But it's basically his Great Tusk answer. That's why he has Slowbro. That's literally it. And then he has Wolchen, which I think actually fits pretty good with his team. Wolchen's actually good. Like, high key. Knockoff Leech Seed, Taunt, Ruination, Mean Look. Like, this Mon, Ingrain, this Mon is Snarl, this Mon is not bad. For its weaknesses, it is not bad at all. There's a reason why it stayed UU. Like, there's a literal reason why it stayed UU. Of course, Kirby. Go ahead and use single Golden Go. Jesus, Java. I don't know, but it hit me up and I'm in Danbury, so that spec's not banned. Well, Golden Go's 14 points by comparison. It is interesting to see Quackable and Golden Go in the same one, but I didn't make the thing, and I don't know. They might be not that great and bad. Dashmon was something I was thinking about picking up as a lower tier fairy, but Sylveon ended up being available, so I got that. I think it's a good Pokemon. It's his Chi-Yu counter. Yep. It's literally for Chi-Yu. And also we got Kilowattrel, which is also something I might have gotten too if I had Pelipper. Fast Pokemon Volt Switch as well. So now he has another Volt turn. Here. This should be the public doc. Let's just look at the rules. When do games begin? Next Sunday. And then we have, of course, Sandaconda giving him a ground type, also giving him Stealth Rock, a second Stealth Rocker, and then Salazzle. I guess for another speedster. I'm surprised he picked Salazzle as a 10 choice, but I think that John Jr., like, I feel like the beginning of his draft is super strong, and then Salazzle's like the odd one out. But if you look at like what's in 10 left, the only other option might have been like if he didn't pick up Sandaconda, Gastron. I also think Goodra could have worked for him too. I actually think Goodra could have worked, but giving him that middle speed tier that Goodra has. But I guess he has the same thing with basically Quackable. I'll be streaming the games. Yeah, we'll do a watch together. Salmon in your voice. Oh, this is how I sound a lot of times after talking. It's just, it's just for targets. Like, he did that just because Bullet Punch from Scizor. Yeah, the list is right here. Is Laza better than Mungus? In some ways. I guess that's fair. The matchup in the Steels could be scary. So Salazzle gives him that. Let me look at draft boards. Gastron could have given to him. Metacham. Passimian. Oh, I guess that's fair. He has already his fighter, so he wanted a fire type. That's fair. Oh, thank you, thank you. They're going to be great. Now, We got the OG in the chat right now. Carl surely outdone herself for this time in SPL. This week's match, whatever you watch, is prepare for. Oh, I'm excited then. The OG right here in the chat. I actually play them week 2. They're the reason why I changed my Terra type to Ghost on the Spothra. But the Great Tusk pick, round 8. The Great Tusk pick, 16 points. It was also something I could have picked up too, but I mean, I use it all the time, right? And then you got Iron Moth next to it. So, and then you got Rotom Wash, the enabler. So you got Volt Switch. You got the best spinner, knockoff, best Pokemon in the game right now. You got an insane special attacker, a T-Spike Absorber, and T-Spikes. It also has just a really good move pool in general. Oh, King Game's amazing. Oh yeah, I'm going to change it every week until week 5 where I'll change it back into fighting. Literally. There's no reason not to. I'm just using my FAs. I don't plan on using any free agency trades, so unless I truly need to. Then you have Screamtail, which is the best. Basically, they saw Walking Awake and was like, They saw Walking Awake and was like, I need to have a counter to it that gets a boost in the sun. So that's a good pick. Gives them a fairy type as well. No, you can swap your Terras if you use free agency trades. So I'm literally giving up my free agency trades to do that. Has hazard control as well in Fortress and other hazards. That gives them spikes, obviously toxic spikes. It's something they have toxic spikes as well from Iron Moth, so it gives them another Stealth Rock or another toxic spike user. Rapid Spin, Volt Switch. Yeah, literally why you went. Yeah, I know. That's why you went with Screamtail over Sylveon. It made sense. You needed a Walking Wake answer for sure. Yeah, nice little oversight that I'm going to take advantage of. I'm definitely going to take full advantage of. Hydreigon's a great, I think, 14 pick. It obviously lost Roost, which is pretty big. But it gets Stealth Rock now. Nah, it's a great special attacker. It's Specs, Life Orb, I think it's nice. Shadow Attack is legal here, yes. That's why Gothitelle is 13 points. Ain't nobody in their damn mind getting PU Gothitelle, ZU Gothitelle, whatever trash it's at, for 13 points. That one's really cool. I will say, though, without Hidden Power and without it being a Terra Captain, it being... This is interesting. It's just nice to enable, like, Shed Tails and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it works without disconnects. Yeah, it's literally just regular battles, Uzi. Draft League's definitely working in VGC. I've also done multi-battle leagues with doubles. Yeah, it's strong offensively. I like Talonflame too. It gives you another fairy switching. It gives you a good speed tier as well. I really, really like Talonflame. U-turn as well, which is cool. I will say that their Terra type, being fire and water, another Volcarona doing the same exact thing, is really, really, really strong. Just because, again, my Palafin can't just Jet Punch. I mean, Jet Punch will still do a lot regardless of resist, unless they're max defense. But still. I tried, JT. I mean, I'm having fun doing the stream, which is nice. Plus, my end of the year goal is 2,000 subs on YouTube with members, so I gotta stream if I want to get that far. But I like the Gothitelle pick a lot. I think Gothitelle fixes up some holes, specifically the fact that I can switch and kind of like let's say it's Dragonite versus Goth. One thing, like being able to trick with Dragonite into Dragonite, because Goth can easily be like bold with Scarf, live a hit from Dragonite and lock it into E-Speed, and then you just wall it with like Fortress or Great Tusk without being Roost. Yeah, Tusk plus Goth is really strong. Like being able to trap the Flyers, the Levitators with Shadow Attack is insane. I really like that. The water types. Literally. But a guy like me, all I had to do was change my Terra type. So to be honest, why is everyone using different Pokemon? It's a draft league, Kirby. You draft Pokemon. So everybody has different Pokemon. And then we got Breloom at 11. I've used Breloom in draft. It was one of the MVPs of the last draft league I played. And it's incredible. It's literally incredible. The bulk up sets are great. I don't know if Breloom got any nerfs this generation. I know it got buffs in close combat. That's probably the biggest buff. The fact that, this is the biggest thing. There are very little fairy types in this game. And anything that resists Breloom does not take Bandit Adam in close combat. That's the big thing, right? Nothing takes it. So it's an insane wall breaker. Gives him priority as well, which I really like. Something he was kind of missing on his team, besides Talonflame if he goes Gale Wings. Yep, they got Gunk Shot this generation too. Got close combat Gunk Shot. Bulldoze He got CC and Bulldoze as well, which is pretty big. So for Golden Go, it's an amazing Pokemon. Ursaring at 5 is such a steal. It can use Eviolite or Eviolite, depending on how you want to say it. People get so mad when you say Eviolite. Like, you don't pronounce Violet like that. And I was like, oh no, you gotta say Eviolite. Like radio. Like, bro, fuck off. Like Ramsey would say. But yeah, so Ursaring is a great... the reason he got Ursaring is because he's worried about the move Shadow Ball. And Hydreigon is not a switching. I think it's really fun. I think it's really strong, and I actually, if we had open Terra, I feel like you'd be terroring this Pokemon so much, dude. I feel like you'd be terroring this Pokemon so much. Same thing with Breloom. Like, you'd be terroring this Pokemon so much. It's such a good mon. It is such a good mon. Yeah, Queen. I know. I see it on the side. And then, of course, there's Spidops. Spidops is one of the only good Pokemon with Stakeout. The first impression, really forcing switches are really nice. Someone tried to... This mon's trash, but it gives him Sticky Web, which is cool. Yeah, honestly, I think you should Terra. On the real OG, I really think... I know Iron Moth is insane with Terra, but I feel like Specs is going to be strong enough for Overheat. I really think that if you Terra Breloom and you give it Terra Fighting plus... abuse the system for a couple weeks, you're gonna enjoy the hell out of it. Like Terra Breloom's close combat does over half to Amoonguss, like Fizdef. It literally is the best. Is it on Discord? It will be on Discord, yes. Who has Torkoal? MV does. Yeah, 4K more subs until I get to 350K, which is my end of the year goal. So that's great. So anyway, very interesting fun fact right here. I was working with my boy Tone, Mephisto, and MV with drafting, and he was like, what about Spidops? And then he posted a Giga Drain calc that lets it 2-hit KO Great Tusk. Now, this is the problem. It only 2-hit KOs Great Tusk if it gets Stakeout boosted. And nobody is switching out versus Spidops. So, and if Great Tusk is in, you do 25%. So I'm going to say that this is a bad Pokemon. Unfortunately, he only had 2 points left. Unfortunately, he only had 2 points left. Let's look at the draft board. Let's look at what he could have gotten at 2 points. Oh, you could have gotten Arctibax. Okay, realistically though, Dracoke is not bad in draft. I've used that to revenge kill Gyarados. Yeah, all these other PU threats. I feel like Haunter. Palmo. That Pokemon's fake. Quaxville. Dude, I feel like Squawkability would have been something strong. Even Vespiquen. What the fuck are there 2 mouses? Cactus does have some cool stuff. No, the reason I didn't say Cactus is because he has Breloom. And plus he has Spikes already. I feel like Haunter would have been okay. Zorark was definitely taken. I don't know. There's not that many great picks here. I would have even taken Swalot. Glamette's alright, yeah. Glamette, because Tandem has Population Bomb. You don't have to use every mon you draft. You can use whatever you want. I thought this was Brambleghast for a second. I was like, you guys are so disrespectful. Putting this dude at 1, but it's Bramblin. It's freaking Bramblin. It just looks just like Brambleghast. Is this actually Bramblin's thing? It looks just like Brambleghast. Hold up. All you did was zoom in and make it... All you did was zoom in and put the angle on the left. You're not slick. You're not slick at all. That's the same exact Pokemon. You're not slick. Clearly cannot have Moody, no. Murkrow might have been cool. But Murkrow is more points. That's the exact same one. You guys are not slick at all. I wonder if Greavard gets anything good. Nope, I don't see Last Respects here. This mod would have been insane at 1 point. I would have gotten it at 1 point if it had Last Respect. But it also wouldn't have been Last Respects. Oh well. Brambleghast gets a fake face, Breloom only has the eyes. Interesting. It can Nightshade. Wow, that's incredible. Moody Skull Villain is not allowed. You're not allowed to use Moody. Why is Flittle at 1 point? You know damn well. You know damn well why Flittl's at 1 point. You know damn well why Flittle... Why isn't Weavile 2? Weavile should definitely be like at 9. Anyway. We got Chi-Yu. We got the owner of the league. Dre. Mr. Daniel. It does, or yeah. It's still decent, Uzi. 1 sec, I'm gonna get some water. Shoot, it's 4 a.m. I gotta go to bed soon. Once we're done with this, I'm going right to bed. I've used Electros in draft, and I traded it away for Magnezone. Anyway, I'm back. So, yeah, Chi-Yu's 17 points without Terra. Because he has another broken Pokemon right behind it, which was 15 points at Annihilate. Annihilate being able to Terra, Ghost, and Fairy. Fun fact, this dude held up the draft because Mimikyu got taken. Like, he doesn't have Mimikyu at pick number 2 right there. I think that's very funny. He does have Quadfish, Chi-Yu, Quillfish, Electros, and Barraskewda. I did not get Pelipper. I did not trade it. Yeah, Quillfish was great when I used it. Quillfish is a great Pokemon. But, yeah, so he has Annihilate, he has Grimmsnarl. Already dual screens plus Annihilate Chi-Yu is insane, right? Yeah, they're literally... And then he has the great defensive backbone, right? He has Donphan, a great spinner, stealth rocker, amazing Pokemon. Lycanroc is a really, really good breaker. It's a very good breaker. In fact, I would actually go so far to say that he could have made Lycan... If this was free Terra, I would make Lycanroc the Terra Captain. Literally. Like, on this team, with everything that... Obviously, Annihilate is insane. But if it was free Terra, Lycanroc can be just as crazy as Annihilate, in my opinion. Because Annihilate has to get hit. Lycanroc hits. He has Earth Eater, Earthworm, right? So he already has his ground immunity for the team without having a ground immunity. So he has his ground immunity. He has his touch switching, which is just going to get close combated. But obviously, Donphan can take on touch to an extent. Also gives him Spike, Stealth Rock, Coil. He can do Copycat, Bliss with Final Gambit, Annihilate into Blissey with Scarf. Very fun. Quillfish is an incredible... Because Donphan is just... incredible in draft. It's an incredible Pokemon in general. Quillfish is insane. I've used it in draft. It's great Spiker, Toxic Spiker, Taunt. No Scald kind of hurts it because you could burn your opponent, but yeah, he's very weak to Mold Breaker EQ. Luckily, he picked up Mold Breaker EQ 3 turns down. And then you can see the Blissey there for, I guess he wanted the wall. Quillfish also gives him the grounded T-Spiker, which is nice. When your game start? No, you can interrupt me, dude. The whole reason I'm screaming is because it's not a video. You can interrupt me all you want. Next week, Sunday. So you see the first video next week, Sunday. You got Blissey. He has a special wall. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dell had picked up Blissey over Mimikyu. And... No, Dell had picked up Mimikyu, right? And someone else... Was it Kirby that picked up Blissey? Is that how it went? I feel like that's how it went. Maybe I'm dumb. Someone had gotten Blissey and traded it to him. Oh yeah, Dell got Blissey. Okay, Dell got Blissey. Had Mimikyu and Blissey. And then, yeah. Dre really wanted it. So much that he said he would make the draft 3 days late if he doesn't get Blissey. So then he traded him Blissey. Who do you think has the best team so far? The OG has a crazy team. But I also think that Dre has an insane team too. Hold up. Yeah, he is a great team. I think Dre has an insane team too. I think this first 3 are insane. Nah, I'm joking. I'm obviously being sarcastic. But yeah, so he got Blissey, which gives him a special wall, which I think is fine, honestly. No, no, it's a joke. It was obviously a joke. Baton pass is allowed only if you're passing, like, you can't pass any stats. Sure. But whatever you want. Sorry. Just talking to the wifey. It's her birthday week. It's also my mom's birthday week, too. Nice 2 days apart. Yeah, I think he did his team great. He has Electros for the ground immunity, which is nice. Only has one. Why is Iron Lead so high? It was new, and he is Terra Captain. Electros for the ground immunity. I think Electros is decent. I think the Coil Drain Punch set is actually really nice. Nice, Tang. I hope you have a good birthday week. Hattress is 12. Gives him some speed control. That also speed control with Dragon Dance. That gives him good under screens. And then, of course, you have Barraskewda for the actual speed control he has. Unfortunately, Barraskewda lost Flip Turn. I think it'd be a great value pick if it didn't have. I'm glad you like it, Jack. Yeah, basically. He needed a special answer, so I guess Blissey makes a lot of sense. I think he could have gotten Chansey too, to be honest, but it's not as bad. Yeah, it's not bad for his team. Unfortunately, Barraskewda lost Flip Turn, right? So it's not as good as it could be. Hacktress first impression is so good. Yeah, my Hacktress in the WB was actually insane. It got so many kills with Bandit first impression. Yeah, it losing Flip Turn is so bad for Barraskewda. It's still good, close combat, liquidation. It's weaker than Floatzel now because it doesn't have Wave Crash, Crunch, Psychic Fangs, Aqua Jet. But it losing Flip Turns was really, really big. Like really, 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 really big. Like huge. All right, so we got Dell next. Now Dell's team is really scary offensively, right? You got Roaring Moon, you got Iron Leads, which he decided to Terra both Psychic and Fighting. So you can Terra one. You can only have one Pokemon that can Terra, although you can use Free Agency to trade. You can Terra it into either one of its stabs. So it has to be one of its stabs, right? So he chose Psychic instead of Grass, and then you can Terra it to one declared whatever it is. But we have to know. As you can see, I know his Terra type, and yeah, basically, so he has Fighting, which I think is really good with Booster Energy. He has 2 Booster Energy. He has 3 Booster Energy Pokemon right there, right, in a row. Why not Terra Roaring Moon? He might change it. He can change it whenever he wants. You got to remember, though, it costs points. So you have to drop some Pokemon to do it. It costs points to Terra Roaring Moon. So Iron Leaves is Terra. Slitherwing is really good for priority. Dozo for setup and everything. I love his first 8 Pokemon. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I love his first 8 Pokemon. I think they're amazing. Like all of them. I think Arcanine's great in draft. I think Magnezone is really good in draft. I use it too. I think Dozo's great. Mudsdale gives him a ground type that he desperately needed as well, and it's good. And then Mimikyu is just good, right? He doesn't want to. Amo doesn't want to get other Pokemon because Amo already has one of every single type, and then Lechonk. It does have a Ring Shot. But I really like those. And then he took Pelipper. And this is where I was really sad. Now, the reason I didn't get Pelipper earlier is because, and let me tell you something. Yeah, Pelipper was going to be my last pick with Dreadnought. The reason I didn't get Pelipper earlier is because let's look through everybody's list. You have a Azumarill. You have Water Bull. You have Walking Wake plus Sun. You have Greninja. You have Bundle plus Sand. I have Palafin. You have Quaquaval and Slowbro. You have Rotom Wash. You have your Quillfish and Barraskewda came at the end. Basically, I didn't think and he had Dondozo. I didn't think anybody was going to take the water types. That was basically it. So while it makes sense that it's, you know, a late pick. It makes sense that it's a late pick for him because it's a great Tusk close combat. Let's Earthquake switch in. It just obviously made me sad to see it. Yeah, he literally did snipe all my picks. Literally did. Which is very funny. Yeah, but I think the one thing that really is going to be hard for him, and honestly, dude, I think you might have to trade up some things. He only has one form. Thank you, Mayo. He only has one form of hazard control, and that is Komala with Rapid Spin. He does not have a grounded poison type. Pelipper does not have defog anymore, which is such a huge nerf for his team. Like, his team is so good, but he needs a poison type. So let me give you my suggestion real quick. Glammet. I would legit say screw hazards, go boots, and get Glammet. Methany with the $10 super chat. The crazy power leave is largely taking away my enjoyment of this gem, but you bet I'll be watching every single one of your draft league matches. Thanks for bringing it back ASAP. Much love, Methany. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for the super chat. That was very kind of you. Yes, that's also true. He could politely ask his opponent to not bring hazards. That was very kind of you. Thank you so much for the donation. So, if I had to change one thing about the team currently, I'd change Komala to Glammet. No, even if home drops during the middle of this, we can't use anything. And boots. There's no item clause, no. But I would say Glammet just because it gives him toxic debris. Why is Kikatuna at 2 points and not 1? Because we want to force you. Because it's one of the 3 sticky web users, and we're going to force you to use 2 points on it. Weather's decent. It's not that easy to counter. Like, yeah, you could put Sunny Day in a Pokemon, but that's a slot you're giving up. That's also 2 trade. But yeah, Kamala's alright. I like that it got buffed this generation with Rapid Spin. Rapid Spin giving the speed boost. It having Terra as well, but because it's not your Terra Captain. Like, I used this thing in lower tiers. It was insane. It was so easy to sweep with this Pokemon when Aryu came out with Wish, Bulk Up, Rapid Spin, and Shadow Claw with Terra Ghost. It was so easy because Rapid Spin is your stab move and boost your speed. With Bandits League, Flutter Mane, Battle Bond, Gren, Shed Tail, and Revival Blessing. It did lose Last Resort, but its best set right now is just the bulk up set. What's Draft League? Basically, you draft Pokemon, you battle with them. I made a video on it earlier if you want to check it out. It does not. Yeah, T-Spectre really strong versus him. Just hazards in general are very strong. He can definitely boots up, and I think he has the offense to really overwhelm things. And he has like rest on Dozo and things. Masquerain, yeah, it's Masquerain, Spidops, and Kricketune. But I like his team. How many Toxic Spikers are in Generation 9? Let's find out right now. Flutter is pretty nasty. There's a lot of Toxic Spikers in this generation. Yeah, quite a bit. You're right, Surskit. Sorry about that. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I love the Pokemon in this draft for sure. If he had more points at the end, I feel like it would have been an insane draft. Like, actually. All right, so now my boy Mephisto. As you can see, Mephisto used his points pretty well in the beginning, right? His first pick was Houndstone. And because he was on the wheel, almost, basically. Well, the wheel is when you get 2 picks, right? Back to back. So J-Bear was on the wheel. But he was 11th. He got Houndstone plus Tyranitar. So, obviously, Houndstone, you guys know how crazy Last Respect is. I think that move can go up to 5,050 base power, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is what it can go up to. I think it's 5,050 base power. But that involves your 63 Revival Blessings that you can use with Lepa Berries and stuff. And Revives and stuff. So, I think Mephisto's team, like, is really well balanced. You have Houndstone plus T-Tar. T-Tar's great. T-Tar's great. Duckshore has Swords Dance. He made Lucario his Terra Captain. Now, I do think that... Yes. I do think that Lucario or Salamence can be his Terra Captain very easily. He has Sandy Shocks as well, so he got his Ground type early too and give him Volt Switch and Spikes, which I think is really good too. I think that Salamence could have been his Terra Captain just because Dragon Dance and Special Sets could have been nasty. Because you definitely go like either Terra Fire, obviously you go Flying or Dragon. I think both of which are good. Yep, Last Respects is allowed. He has Duckshore to trap normal types and then click Last Respects. He has Toxic Specs, which is amazing with Toxic Specs. He has Toxic Specs Bronzong, which I've used literally in draft, and they're great. They're such a great core together. Like, people think, oh, they're so one-dimensional. No, it doesn't matter. They're good. Cloyster can still Rapid Spin Vepsis. He can still Rapid Spin, so he still has access to Rapid Spin, so he's still good. And obviously, Espeon can bounce back. But yeah, Mence can't defog anymore, unfortunately. He has the offense. He has dual screens from Espeon. He has Rapid Spin, Cloyster, plus setup. He has Swords Dance, Lucario. He has Duckshore to trap, and he has Venomoth setup. I really, really like his team. Light Screen Reflect with Espeon or Light Screen Reflect Bronzong, boom, and then set up with your crazy sweep. I think his team is scary offensively. It's very scary. it's extremely scary. And the fact that Swords Dance Dugtrio exists is kind of wild. Like, I really, really, really like his team. Now, Mephisto is very new to draft, and I will say that it's going to take him probably a little bit to get used to changing up things and not running. Like, he helped us test and stuff. It was like, whoa, this tech was really cool. I was like, yeah, that's, you know, you're going to get used to it as you play. So I think it's going to take him maybe a week or two to really warm up. Wait, Cloyster lost Rabbitspin? Are you serious? Holy crap, it did. Yo. Okay, he actually... We did not know this. Hold up. Or boom. Bro. Cloyster lost spin. Okay, anyway. That's pretty big. So he has no hazard control. So he might have to change up. How did it lose Rapid Spin? It forgot, I guess. Same way you lose your keys, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there any good hazard control left, because there's nothing in this draft. That was the biggest problem, getting hazard control. Yeah, I have to let my boy know. Jeez, dude. He's going to have to get Drifloon. He's good versus Toxapex, though. Oh, he can get Oricorio. He can get Oricorio. How much is Oricorio? Fuck is okay, 6 points. 6 points. You can get Courier though. Maybe Uzi. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be one. I think his team does super well with boots though. Literally, his team's great with boots. Max amount of points, I believe, is 18. He can get. He can also get Tatsugiri as well. That's true. I think Tatsugiri is 2. Where's Tatsugiri? Oh, he can get Tatsugiri. Yeah. Alright, let him know. Anyway, I still think his team is amazing, right? With Shell Smash and setup. I think it's one of the scariest teams with setup. That's amazing, Dre. That's hilarious. That is actually hilarious that they drafted that way. But yeah, Oricorio can default. It gets the board, it gets a U-turn. So I think he's going to make some changes as well to his team because obviously he can run boots on... I think all his Pokemon can run boots. Pex can run boots. Mence can run boots. Sandy Shocks can run boots. T-Tar can run boots. But obviously your main Pokemon, Houndstorm, doesn't want to. But you do have Toxapex, Absorber, and Pex. So I think boots is fine. Oh yeah, he could have potentially gotten Goth. He had the points. And Goth was a free agency pickup. Or a trade, excuse me. I definitely think we're going to get new TMs with the DLC, and that's what I'm excited for. Dark plus Fighting is going to wreck. I mean, there ain't no Pangoro out there. No item limits, no. He can run boots on everything. But yeah, I like his team. I think the scariest part about his team is the defensive core. And then obviously Houndstone, late game. I don't know how good Houndstone is going to be. I feel like it's better in OU, but I think that people are really going to sleep on like... Not the Sand Rush sets. I think everybody's going to over-prepare for Sand Rush and really sleep on Fluffy. When that dude eats your crunches and just body presses you. And then last we have Jaybear. Now Jaybear is the only person on this draft that does not have enough points to get 11 Pokemon. You can get 9 to 11. Yeah, I think so too. That's what I'm saying. But you only have to sack 1 Mon for it to be 100. I agree, Rapsis. So a few things. Obviously, Garchomp. Look at the first 4 Pokemon. They're all incredible, right? Chomp gets spikes now. Obviously, no Scale Shot, but Chomp, Ace, Baxcalibur, Gengar. Baxcalibur being Terra Captain is nice. It has Terra Dragon. Choice Band Glaive Rush is so broken. The Fluffy set was what I thought was more broken. It also doesn't get you differential, but I mean, the way I've always looked at draft is differential never matters if you just win all your games, right? Just win. I'll simply win. But Bax with Terra Dragon and also Terra Electric is really cool. Chinese Baxcalibur from MVU's Terra Electric. I think Terra Electric is really nice though. Only 1 weakness. So it's good defensively. Good offensively too. I think it's pretty cool with Terra Blast. But just the Dragon Dance, Glaive Rush, Choice Band is crazy. Ace is really nice. Gives him court change, which is cool. Especially because look at his hazard control on his team. Rotom does not get defog at the moment. Neither does Klefki. So his only hazard control is Ace. But that's really good. The thing is, he doesn't need hazard control when he has hazards, right? He can run Boots on all his defensive Pokemon. Dunsparce, Quagsire, Hariyama can run it too. Obviously, Cinderace runs Boots. Baxcalibur can run Boots. Gengar can run Boots too. But he has Spikes, Toxic Spikes. Ace is really all you need too. I agree, Anthony. Make your opponent's defog. That's the way I always used to think as well. I would never get Rapid Spin in a draft, and I would be fine for the most part. But yeah, Chomp offensively is crazy. His team's offense is insane. First 4 picks are crazy. And you got to remember, he was the last pick. So he got 2 Pokemon in a row, right? He got Garchomp, Cinderace his first 2, and then his next 2 was Baxcalibur, Gengar in a row. So it's pretty nasty. Klefki gives him screens for his setup on Garchomp and Baxcalibur, and nasty like Gengar, Coil, or Combine the Dunsparce. He has really strong priority in low kicks. He has the unaware Quagsire, also giving him a ground type, also giving him, Stealth Rock and Spike as well. Toxic Spikes from Gengar. Rotom gives him the ground immunity plus Voltage plus Leaf Storm. There's no item restrictions. Nope. You can only not use luck items. Unfortunately, you can't run Quick Claw. Or Bright Powder. I would hella run them. It was Snake Draft, correct. I think the Dunsparce being the Shadow Ball switching is great. Yeah. The Dunsparce is a really good Pokemon in general. It is really good. I actually think it's really good. It was something I wanted to pick up. Like, quite literally, it was on my draft plan. So I got sniped. I got sniped by Gengar and the Dunsparce. Hariyama too, but Hariyama I ended up not getting because I got sniped on Arcanine. But I think it's actually a really good draft. Kingdrock is banned. Hariyama being the Chi-Yu answer in his team. Loki's giving him the strong priority with the hazards. What time is it? It's 4:09 a.m. I'm actually about to go to sleep really soon. But I really think his team is super strong. I think it's going to be extremely annoying to play. Because not only does he have strong Pokemon, but the screen support for them, and also the defensive backbone of Quagsire, plus like Rotom, Klefki, Dunsparce, is really nice. Yes, you pick one mod Terra 2 things. One of them has to be its stab, so Baxcalibur can be either Dragon or Ice. It's obviously Dragon. And then they can pick whatever non-stab it wants. Later, Queen. Yeah, so his team not only does that, but it has great speed tiers, right? You have the fastest one in Ace. You have Gengar right under that. You have Garchomp right under that. And you have Baxcalibur right under that. So you have, and you have low kicks as well above Baxcalibur. So you have speed tiers, and then you have Rotom right. They have incredible speed tiers, right? Rotom, and then you have the keys, and you have like all these incredible speed tiers. And then you have the really slow stuff. I guess in between those, you kind of miss out a little bit. Yeah. So he has hazard control without having hazard control because he has core change. Definitely, I think one of the scariest drafts to play. Easily. I have Anthony, but I can't do that on Wi-Fi, so... Yeah, nobody has on DD. Later, fam. Oh, God. But yeah, easily one of the scariest drafts to switch into. I want to do it on... I don't want to do it on Pokemon Showdown. I want to do it in Wi-Fi battles. Exactly, I agree. Because not everybody can have defensive answers to this. I think it's just such a scary team. Specs Gengar, Bandit Garchomp, Core Change Ace, Dragon Dance Backs. Like, it's insane. Yeah, he could also do Fairy Lock Eject Button too if it still gets it. But legitimately an insane team. I don't know. Yeah, Belly Drum, Bullet Punch Hariyama with Flame Orb, the set. What's the Rotom Mold for? He needed a ground immunity. I don't think he needs too many defensive options. Quagsire is amazing. The Dunsparce is really good too. I would not join a Showdown draft anymore. I only really care for Showdown for Wi-Fi on draft. This is because I upload Showdown damn near every day or play it every day. I want something different. But I really like this team. It's probably one of my favorite. If I had to pick like the best drafts, I think Jaybird's team offensively is in top 3. I think Kirby's team offensively is in top 3. And probably a tie between Nexus and Amel in terms of offense, right? Obviously, the Champ-Out Golden Go. There's so many. It's really hard to make a thing. I wonder, are we going to have people that actually do those every single week? Like, are we going to have, like, people that do, like, Game of the Weeks and all that stuff? Yes, there is a lechonk. Did you not like that? That's... Who has a sleeper team that I think is super underrated? I think people... I don't know if people are actually sleeping on Mephisto's team. Actually, I think Dell. I think Dell has a sleeper team that's really underrated. I think people are really going to underrate it because he doesn't have good hazard control. But I think it's insane offensively and has a lot of good defensive options too. Dell's probably my underrated team. If I have interest in committing. Interesting, Dre. Interesting. The network Terra's insane. Yeah, it's 23 points because it's a Terra Captain. I mean, I'll definitely stream every single watch together. So maybe I'll do stuff with my friends for Game of the Week. He did. No, Belly Paul is not taken. Amo's team is insane. I think Amo's team is insane. For sure. But Dre probably has one of the best too. I agree. I do think the best draft, though, is right here. The Carolina Roaring Moons. Oh, people interested in committing. Ah. It gets Shell Smash now, Whale Lord. But yeah, I think this is one of the best drafts. Just because it covers everything, in my opinion. What is Spite Up supposed to do? It's best, okay? It's supposed to do its best. I'm so offended. I'm ending the stream. Thank you all for watching. It's 4:13 a.m. I'm going to go to bed. That's it. BBR. I'm going to bed, guys. It's 4:13. I'm not actually that offended, but have a great night, everybody. I will see you in tomorrow's stream, which might be SPL. So we'll go over the next week of SPL, which we finally get to watch Scream Tales, so that'll be fun. So appreciate y'all.